Hello everyone, it's Kayla here. In today's video, I am going to have a tutorial for you using this beautiful paper collection. This is the Magical Thinking from Recollections. I love this paper. This one is really cute. I made a few projects with this collection. That's why I have one page of each design. And I have a few scraps as well, but just look at these papers. They are just beautiful. I love them. This design is so cute. And let's see. Yeah, I love the flowers. I really like the butterflies. And this pink, I'm not planning to use it. I think it is too bright. I don't really love this pink. Not for this album. I think the lighter looks better. And also this black, I don't think I'm gonna use it either. But the rest of the papers are just perfect. So it is a really cute paper. I loved it when I saw it at Michael's, and I think it was months later when I saw this other paper. This is from Smith, and it is the same one, Magical Thinking. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, I really loved this paper. I am going to get another one. Anyway, I'm very excited about this album. I think you're gonna love it. And I'm gonna bring my supplies so we can start with the tutorial. I am going to start with my covers, and I need 2 pieces of chipboard of 6 3/4 by 8.5. And I have this a piece for the spine, 2.5 by 8.5. And I am using this cardstock from Recollections. I have another video where I show the whole process on how I make my covers and the supplies I use. I'm gonna link that video here if you wanna check that process with more detail. But for this part, I am going to put some speed, and you can still follow the whole process of the covers in less time. spine is going to be a little different from what I usually do. It is the first time I am trying this method. I am going to leave you the measurements on the screen with two options. The first one is the one I am making, and the second, I am adding an extra score line. Probably it's going to be the best option. You'll see what I am talking about. Okay, for my accordion piece, I'm going to need a cardstock that measures 8 1/4 by 11. And I am going to start scoring on the 11th side at 1/3, 2, 2.5, 3 1/4, 3 3/4, 4, 4.5, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 6, 6.5, 7 1/4, 7 3/4, 8, 8.5, 9 1/4, and we are done. First, I am going to skip the first two lines, and then I am going to fold. Again, I am not sure if you can see the lines, but I have one line here, the second line, and then on the third one, I am going to fold. And then I'm gonna fold on my first line, and then the next line on this side, I am just going to join these together. So the line that I score here, I have a line in here. This line, I'm not gonna fold it. That is just gonna be a guide for me when I put my pages, okay? So this is just a guide. This is my first hinge. Skip the first two, fold on the third, and then join the next with the first line. Okay, then I fold to one side and press, and then the other side and press. Okay, again, well, this is okay. I have my score line here, then another score line here that I am not folding, then this line, and then the third one, and I just fold these two and skip these two, and then here again fold, and now I can fold this one to that side, and on the first line I have in here, then I can form my hinge. Again, skip two lines, fold in here, and then I can fold to that side, and then on my first score line in here. Okay, so you are gonna see that you have one score line on each hinge that we didn't fold. That's just a guide. It's not something that we need to fold. So now I am gonna add the glue in here. And close and join all my hinges. this line that we have in here is going to help me as a guide. So I am going to cut not all the way through this corner, but to the score line that I have in here. So instead of going all the way through, I am going to start in here. Okay, I'm just gonna cut from here to 1/2 inch, and then I'm gonna have 3/4 in here of gusset. I'm going to add glue. Okay, and you're gonna see my head right now. Try to put it in the center. Okay, I think that's okay. And then I can press down. And I like to go on each, open every hinge and press, because sometimes on these areas, in this corner is where it lays, it doesn't stick to the spine. Alright, and then I'm gonna use this from my envelope punch. This is okay. Okay, I am going to fold in here and oops. Okay, and now this side. Okay, I really like the bone folder from the envelope punch. I really like it. Okay. Okay. And now we have our spine. Now I'm gonna need 2 pieces of cardstock. This measures 6 1/4 by 8 1/4. I'm gonna place these ones in here. Probably what you could do is just measure from here to here and then place your paper on top, and then you take advantage of this paper on the back. But I just thought it was going to be easier just to put the size of my page in here, and then when I decorate this area, I don't really have to worry about the measurement of this. I am going to add glue on this page, and I am gonna use glue because I'm gonna put the pattern paper on top, and I'm gonna leave a gap in here like about 1/8 of an inch, and also on this side. Let me see, probably I will leave a little bit more than 1/8. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, before that, okay, I'm glad I remember this because I always forget to add my ribbon. First, I am going to add the ribbon on these two sides, and then I'll add the paper. I just need to know the half of my page. This is 8 1/2. So for 1/4, it's gonna be the oops no, for 1/4. For 1/4 is gonna be the half. For this area, I am going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. This measures for 1/4 by 6 3/4, and I am going to score half an inch on the 6 3/4 side, here and here. Okay. I'm gonna fold this and miter my corners here and here. This one is gonna go in here, and then the other one on top. And from here, I am going to measure from this side. I'm gonna measure 1 inch. So here is where I'm gonna place this flap. For the inside of my back cover, I am going to need 1 piece of cardstock of 5 3/4 by 7 1/4, and another piece of 3.5 by 7 1/8. And let's score this. I'm going to score this one on the 5 3/4 side at half an inch. Yes, half an inch. And then on the 7 1/4 side, I am going to score at half an inch and 6 3/4. 6 3/4. Oops. And this one on the 3.5 side, I'm going to score at half an inch. And on the 7 1/8, I'm gonna score at half an inch and 6 5/8. So now miter your corners. Okay, this one. These two are gonna be pockets that I'm gonna put on my back cover, on the inside of my back cover. Okay, I'm gonna fold all these pieces. Okay, I also like to cut in here. I'm gonna add design paper on top, but again, I always do that. And here I am going to use my envelope punch, and this one is 6 1/4. 6 1/4. So I am going to punch at 3 1/8. 3 1/8. Okay. And I have this one, and now this one measures 6 1/8. I'm gonna punch at 3. I'm not gonna go to the 1/8. I'm going to go between the 3 and the 1/8. There is no line or measurement in here, but still I'm going to go between the 3 and the 1/8. Right there. And that will be my center. Okay. And now I'm going to bring my larger pocket, and I'm gonna start with this flap. I'm gonna attach this one first. And the good thing that I have my other, the paper that I added is on the back, is that it should have the same measurement or really close. So I don't have to figure it out where to put this one. So that what I was saying, that it helps me as a guide to know where I am going to place the other stuff. Okay. Here I can press down. I'm gonna add tape in here. Now close this down. Right. Okay, I don't know why it is not straight. Okay, right there looks straight. Okay, and now I am going to take my other one, put it in the middle. Like I'm gonna have a little gap in here. It's not even 1/8. One gap in here, one gap here, and another one in here. This is going to help me with the bulk, because if I have this pocket on top with the same size, this is gonna be more bulky, and I don't want that. Again, let's start for this large size. And now I am going to put it here. Okay. The glue is coming out in here and I don't want that. So let's clean it before I press. All right. And now I'm gonna press down. Okay. Make sure it's well glued, it's well attached. And now we can add tape in here. Okay. And now my glue on the sides. And close this pocket. Okay. Now we close this pocket. And we are ready to start matting. I cut a few circles with a die. This is 3/4 of an inch, and one of them I already folded in half. I'm gonna put it here at the bottom, and the other one will go on top to hold my flaps. Now I'm gonna take my crocodile and make a hole to put my eyelet. Now I am going to take some of this cord and put it here on the hole I just made, and then I'm gonna add my eyelet. Okay. And just make sure that your cord is straight, because you don't wanna put it like, I mean, what I mean with straight is that this cord needs to be facing up. Yep, looks good. And now we can press the eyelet. All right. Now let's cut here in the back. All right. So we have this side ready, and now I am going to do I'm gonna take a piece of my pattern paper, and on the back I am gonna put my eyelet, the circle there, but I need to know where is the middle. So I'm gonna mark at 3, which it is the half of my my pattern paper. And now I'm gonna take my the circle that I folded and glue it on the back of my pattern paper. I'm gonna attach now my other circle and just add glue on the half of the circle. I want to show you an extra thing I did in here. With the circle I had left, I cut it in half and covered the back of my eyelet because my eyelet can't damage our photo, and since this was gonna be here in the middle of my photo, I just thought it was better to cover it so it doesn't damage with the metal, it doesn't damage the photo on the back. And this one I didn't put the circle, so I'm gonna cover my eyelet. I just added the rest of the pattern paper. For my cover, I usually do my covers, decorate my cover at the end, because once I add the pages to my album, I manipulate the album. I feel that when I am trying to put them on the hinges, I am afraid that I am going to damage the cover. But what I do is I usually save what I know I want for the cover, so I don't use those papers. And so what I set aside was the pink cardstock with the butterflies was my favorite, and I'm gonna add the gold paper first and then this black cardstock. All of them are quarter smaller than the other. And then the pattern paper. Here I was thinking on like a title. Maybe I could use one of these dies, and then maybe I could choose the word bloom or sparkle and put it here in the front. And on this side, I'm also going to do the same. So I'm going to put the black, the gold cardstock, then the blank, and then the pattern paper, and then I'm going to put it here on this side. And on the back, I am going to use the same, the black, the gold, the black, and half of it I will put one of these, and on the top I was thinking to add, but yeah, something like this. So this is going to be the cover of my album. In the next video we are going to be doing the pages of our album. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and See you in the next one. Bye.